On Tuesday, the 26th of January 2016, Hills FM Matchday made its long-awaited debut as Coventry United faced Atherstone Town in the Birmingham Midweek Floodlit Cup. Since then, we've seen long-range screamers, record attendances, last-minute winners, late heartache, a manager coming and a manager going, a title celebration, and everything in between, and we wouldn't have changed a thing. Today we celebrate 12 months of what is now known as Coventry United Matchday. We'll be taking a trip back in time to some of the most memorable matchday moments, and we'll be looking to the future as Coventry United take on Long Eaton United right here at Sphinx Drive. The mouth of the Midlands, Liam Cook here. As always, it is an honour and a privilege to bring you live coverage of this Midland League Premier Division match. And before we go any further, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for tuning in over the past 12 months, and here is to another year of Matchday. It was on Thursday of this week that we celebrated the 1 year anniversary. We were going to go through some of our favourite Matchday moments last week, but sadly it didn't quite work out that way. We got a little bit delayed, so we didn't even get there until 15 minutes had gone during the match, but we still were able to see all the goals and even got them on TV. That is right, we got the highlights on TV. If you haven't seen it yet, go to madeinbirmingham.tv. It's a website for a station called Made in Birmingham, hence the website. And basically, they're a station based in Birmingham. They have a program called Jumpers for Goalposts. So go on madeinbirmingham.tv, go on the, I think it's the catch-up bit, and look for Jumpers for Goalposts. And on the latest episode, about 5 minutes in, you will find highlights of Coventry United on TV. It was a massive moment for me, a massive moment for the club. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for getting involved and watching the show. If you were able to, if you weren't able to, get on it now because we've still got 27 minutes until kickoff. As I said, we'll be going through some of my favourite matchday moments on today's Sphinx Drive as Coventry United take on Long Eaton. Now, you're probably thinking, Liam, hang on, wait a minute, didn't we? A young 21-year-old commentator and radio presenter made his debut on YouTube as Coventry United took on Atherstone Town in the Midweek Floodlit Cup, which of course United are no longer in. But here we go, a little bit of action from the first match that we ever covered here on Coventry United Match. Celebrate 12 months of the People's Sports coverage. Live from Sheepy Road in Atherstone, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever edition of Hills FM Matchday. Yeah, that's right, it's taken a while, it has taken a while, but we are officially broadcasting for the very first time as Coventry United travelled short distance to Atherstone Town in the Floodlight Midweek Cup. That's right, it's going to be a brilliant game with about 4 minutes to go until kick-off, so sit back, relax and enjoy edition of Hills FM Matchday. My name is Liam Cook. You may recognise me from the Hills FM's Sports Lounge, which happens every Thursday for the last 2.5 years actually, so I'm not exactly a novice at this sort of thing, but do be gentle, it's the first time I've commentated on a game. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic day today. Like I say, it's put in and a decent effort there, it's in! It's a goal on Atherstone Town! Lead by 1-0, and you've got to say, rather lax defending there from Coventry United, and it was Liam Bailey who has put Atherstone in front, the number 10 unmarked, not the cleanest of contacts from the strike. Morris actually left it. If he had have died, he may have just got there, but it's pinged in off the post. Certainly a scruffy contact on that ball, but it was enough to take it in the net, and we've seen our first goal on Hills FM Matchday. Sadly, it's in the wrong net.
Ahead of Collins knocks it on, an opportunity here for Bromsgrove, and it's 1-0! It's volleyed home by Sean Brown!
And that's a little bit of the next matchday moment that we're going to be going through. That is the game against Bromsgrove Sporting, which was actually the record attendance in the Midland League Division 1. But we're going to stop it right there for now because we have got team news through from Coventry United. We haven't quite got the Long Eaton sheet yet, but we do have team news from the home side of Coventry United. So here is the squad. Number 1 is Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Mudim. 3, Ben Valance. Number 4, is that Resave. I've never seen that name before, but I'll try and get to the bottom of that one. At number 5, Jamie Coleman. 6, Lewis Eisen. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Gif Musa. 9, Chris Cox. So Cox is actually playing up front now, it appears. Number 10, Joshua O'Grady. And 11, Courtney Cameron. And on the bench, 12, Jean Decory. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Kai Williams. 16, Jimmy Holton. And 17, Muzzy Unduna. So it appears we've got a new player in the United starting lineup. We'll try and get to the bottom of that very shortly. But before we get into that, let's go into one of the most dramatic moments in Coventry United matchday history. A fantastic game against AFC Hinckley. And believe me, if you were here for this game, I don't think you've forgotten it already. If you weren't here, take a listen to this.
And Hinckley still have an opportunity. Long way side for Williams! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! And Williams may have just won this game. Hinckley, an absolute thunderbolt into the top corner. Absolute beauty. And the coaching staff, players and manager of Hinckley are celebrating with the fans who are absolutely jubilant. A stunning strike from Sean Williams from outside the area into the top corner. David Allen couldn't get anywhere near. It doesn't matter whether you've got David De Gea in goal. You do not stop shots like that. 2. Joshua O'Grady picks up the ball, looking to cross it in. Still O'Grady into the area. Brought down. Penalty! Penalty Coventry United. Joshua O'Grady brought down. Blythe versus Cross. Who will win the penalty? Blythe shoots. Saved! Penalty saved by Tom Cross. Heartbreak for Coventry United.
Well, there you go. That is the highlights from the Hinckley game. And, well, I've just been informed that the number 4 for Coventry United is Reece Say, who has actually been playing for our under-21s recently, and is actually signing him. Is actually signing for Nuneaton Town. So that's actually quite an interesting story there. Reece Say, a young centre-back who has been playing with the under-21s for Coventry United recently, is actually signing with Nuneaton Town on Monday, and we are going to be loaning him back. So a big thank you to Graham Wood, our club secretary at Coventry United, for sorting that information out. So that completes the Coventry United lineup at least. Now, the next match day moment. Shall we go into the Bromsgrove Sporting match? I think we shall, because it was an absolutely incredible night for Coventry United and Bromsgrove. The highest ever attendance in the Midland League Premier Division. I think it may actually have been eclipsed now, because Bromsgrove are top of the league and they've had some pretty big games recently. But here we go. Here's highlights from that match between Bromsgrove and Coventry back in April of last year.
Racing into the air is the number 6 midfielder. And it's right towards goal, and it's put in! And Lichfield City have grabbed the goal!
Well, that's not the one, is it? That's the Lichfield City game. We're going to be getting into that one. Here's the Bromsgrove match.
Towards the head of Collins. Collins nods it on. An opportunity here for Bromsgrove. And it's gone down! It's volleyed home by Sean Blaine! 1-on-1 with Rich Morris! Bromsgrove Sporting 1! Coventry United 0! United are behind in this crucial fixture at the Victoria Ground. He's got the ball into the area, shooting opportunity, squares it, brilliant chance for Collins, and it's 2-0! And Bromsgrove Sporting have taken this game by the scruff of the neck. We're not even 15 minutes in, and Bromsgrove lead by 2 goals to 0. Connor receiving a low cross from Sean Blaine and stroking it into the bottom corner with his left foot, and that is Bromsgrove Sporting 2, Coventry United 0. Bromsgrove got the ball with Hewitt, and Hewitt on the edge of the area could have a go here. It's still Hewitt, has a goal! Oh, what a goal! Reece Hewitt! It's 3-0 at the Victoria Ground. Complete domination from the home side, a thunderous strike. Rich Morris is unmoved, and is this game over before it's even started? Trying to do it all himself and plays it to Valance. The line for Coventry United. 4-2 looks a lot better than 4-1. Cox did on. It's just
There you go, that is the highlights from the Bromsgrove game. Now we're going to go into the Lichfield highlights featuring quite possibly the most bizarre goal we have ever seen on Coventry United match day. Kai Williams will certainly remember this one.
The Lichfield didn't know what was happening, and they played a 1-2 past the goalkeeper, and Williams has just put it past him. And the Lichfield players are absolutely disgusted, which all within the laws of the game. Coventry United are level.
Highlights from the game against Lichfield featuring that rather bizarre goal from Kai Williams. I'm sure the United fans will remember that one. And of course that goal actually coined the now infamous Coventry United chant of "Oh my God." Sadly, we haven't used it in a while, so we might have to revive that one for today. Right, let's go into our penultimate set of match day memories now on this, the 1 year anniversary of Coventry United match day. And we're going to go in to the first match of current United manager Terry Anderson's managerial reign. And believe me, this was certainly one for the Coventry United faithful. An absolutely fantastic game, which sadly ended in a little bit of controversy with some of the Griff players taking exception to one of the United lads. So we'll forget about that, but we'll go into some highlights now from Coventry United against Nuneaton Griff back in April of last year. The first match for current United manager Terry Anderson, and it was the start of a beautiful relationship between Anderson and the Red and Green Army.
Cox it on. It's Joshua Grady on the outside of the area! And Joshua Grady opens the scoring in superb style! The new era starts in the best possible fashion! And it's Mr. Reliable Joshua Grady who scores the first goal of the Terry Anderson era at Coventry United. It's Ruff who boots it clear, and up to here. Norton and Eaton Griff. It's Norton on the right hand side. Norton has a go, and it's 1-1. Rich Morris managed to get a hand to it. The Eaton fans have only just realised Rich Morris, and Barnett was there right in front of the goal to put it to the right side of Rich Morris. Just two men back with Nduna and Valance staying in the defensive zone. Put it by Grady. It's 1-1. There it is. It's 2-2. And what have you done? Coventry United. I've only got to do it again. Rob Prinzel with a bullet header into the far bottom corner. This promotes Coventry United 2, Nuneaton Griff 2. Under pressure from Astley. Options in the centre, still going on Grady. Brought down. Referee says penalty. Penalty in the last minute. 1 of the minutes. He blows the whistle. Cox steps up and scores! Turnaround complete! And the Coventry United faithful go mad! The pendulum swings in United's favour once again!
We're going to look towards the future as Coventry United take on Long Eaton for the second time in a week, and the third time in the space of a couple of months if you include the FA at Grange Park. And also we've just had the Coventry United Player of the Month award to Rob Prinzel. It's awarded to Rob Prinzel, the defender for Coventry United, who incidentally isn't in the team today. I can only assume through injury, but Rob is not in the team. But you know what, we're going to get straight back into the show now, and here is the starting lineup for Coventry United. Excuse me. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodim. Number 3, Ben Valance. 4, Rhys Say. Number 5, Jamie Coleman. 6, Lewis Eisen. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Gift Musa. Number 9, Chris Cox. 10, Joshua Grady. And 11, Courtney Cameron. And on the bench, number 12, Jean Decory. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Kai Williams. 16, Jimmy Holton. And 17, Muzzy Nduna. Now, I should point out, for those of you who don't know who our number 4 is, Rhys Say is one of our under-21 defenders at Coventry United, but he's not going to be here for long because he's moving to Nuneaton Town on Monday. He's signing a contract with Nuneaton on Monday afternoon, I believe, but he is going to be loaned back to us, so it's a big chance for Rhys Say to, well, have his say. Well, I'm not doing any more jokes, I promise. Right, let's get into the Long Eaton lineup now. For Long Eaton, number 1, James Mitchison. Number 2, Aaron Cole. 3, Danny Brain. Number 4, Paul Lister. 5, Rob McCormick. 6, Callum Keane. Number 7, Paul Piliero. 8 Jermaine Hollis, 9 Romain Graham, 10 Scott Stanland, and 11 Andy Todd. And just the 3 changes for Long Eaton today. Number 12, Romello Nangley, I believe it's pronounced. Number 4, Jordan Dakin, and 15, Sean Rickard. So those are the starting lineups for today's match between Coventry United and Long Eaton United here at Sphinx Drive. Of course, you can catch the highlight of last week's game between Long Eaton and Coventry, which is actually at Grange Park. So it's the reverse fixture today. Pretty darn quickly it's come around, I've got to say. You can catch exclusive highlights of that match on YouTube. Just go to the Best Bits playlist on YouTube and you can have yourself a little look at the match highlights from last week. And a bit of I've got this is got to be one of the stranger scorelines that I've ever read out. The fighted victory today, otherwise it really would be one of the worst days that he's had in an awful long time. We're just 9 minutes away from kickoff here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United versus Long Eaton live on YouTube. Of course, don't forget to hit the like button on the video to let us know that you are enjoying it. And you can hit the subscribe button as well. It really does help us out, so just let us know that you are enjoying the coverage. We're going to be bringing you live score updates from Sixfields today as well. I was hoping I wouldn't have to say that, but Coventry City, the Sky Blues, are away against Northampton Town. I mean, some people are saying it's a return home, but I completely refute that. It's absolutely awful to see the Sky Blues back at Sixfields. Thankfully, it's only for a couple of hours and they'll be going home soon. Yeah, the Sky Blues are away in their match against Northampton Town. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff, so we'll bring you live score updates from that match. Coventry Rugby Club are in action. If the computer loads up the fixtures, we might actually find out. And well, nothing I can see anyway, but of course we'll have a look to just see what is going on. And in fact, yes, they are playing against Esher. So Coventry Rugby Club are away at Esher today in the Midland League Premier. In the National League One. That's the one. National League One is the division that Coventry Rugby Club are in, and we are going to be getting going very shortly here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. And we're just looking at some photos that Coventry City have actually put up on their Facebook page, and there's quite a few. There is quite a few Sky Blues fans away there. I don't think there's as many as Coventry United. I think Sphinx Drive is absolutely packed today. But yeah, the Sky Blue Army at Sixfields really supporting the team today. Let's keep our fingers crossed that Coventry City can win, and also that Coventry United can get the victory as well against Long Eaton. But the bad news for Coventry United is that all players that scored against United for Long Eaton this season are all in the team for Long Eaton today. Rob McCormick scored twice in the FA Vars match a couple of months ago. He's playing at centre-back. Danny Brain is also playing at left-back. He scored the first goal last weekend. And also Andy Todd is starting on, I believe he's starting on the left wing for today's game.
Did you hear him on Jumpers for Goalposts? Yes. I tell you what, it sounded really good, Liam. Yeah. Really did. You just gets really excited.
So we're going for another run through of the starting lineups for today's match very shortly. But of course, today's show is sponsored by Graham, the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Now, excuse me, I'm going to be getting the camera ready now, so you may hear a little bit of rustling over the headphones. But well, we've got to get it all sorted, haven't we? So of course, you can catch video highlights of this match as well coming up probably tomorrow, so don't forget to check out the Coventry United Matchday YouTube channel. So it's been absolute pandemonium today, because there was actually there was a massive rainstorm prior to kickoff here at Sphinx Drive today, so we've had to move all the equipment inside. Now we're taking it all the way outside again. Seriously, it's a right pain in the you-know-what, but it's going to be worth it because we've got a fantastic match coming your way here on match day. So if you missed it, today's presentation of the Coventry United Player of the Month award. The award went to Rob Prinzel, who's actually sitting in the stands with the Coventry United faithful today. He's not playing. So of course we hope that Rob will be back in the team very shortly. Take you through the FA Cup matches that are going to be happening across the country today. Blackpool versus Blackburn. That's quite an important one actually, because there's a massive protest going on over at Ewood Park today, because obviously Blackburn and Blackpool both very disgruntled with their owners at the present time. Of course we wish them the very best in their current struggle. Believe me, as a Coventry City fan, I know all about that. It ain't nice. Burnley take on Bristol City at Chelsea have Brentford. Crystal Palace host Manchester City. Lincoln have Brighton and Hove Albion, the Championship leaders. Middlesbrough take on Accrington Stanley, and I still don't know who they are. Oxford take on Oxford United as League One meets on, and Rochdale versus Huddersfield. That's about it. So. Last couple of games there: Oxford versus Newcastle, Rochdale versus Huddersfield, Spurs versus Wickham, and Southampton versus Arsenal. So those are all the matches that you can expect to hear score updates from here at Sphinx Drive this afternoon. But of course, the game that we're focusing on is Coventry United taking on Long Eaton at Sphinx Drive, with United looking to I would say turn their season around, but it hasn't been the best of campaigns for the Red and Greens. The expectation was that they'd be pushing for promotion this season. It hasn't quite worked out that way. They're in 8th place in the Midland League Premier Division, but it's certainly not all doom and gloom. The Red and Greens have had a decent season, and well, I'm still trying to find out how United are going to be playing today, because actually he's just a complete utility player, and I thought Rob Prinzel was the utility player in the United team. He's not, so it's actually Chris Cox. So there you go. But we are getting ready for kick-off here at Sphinx Drive as Coventry United take on Long Eaton live on YouTube. Of course, if you are enjoying today's coverage, don't forget to hit the like button on this video, leave a comment below, subscribe to Coventry United Matchday on YouTube for more exclusive football content, and of course you can follow us on Twitter at Cov Matchday. And here comes the wanderer that is Harry Barnes, who's actually leaving us to go to China in a couple of months. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure whether he was telling the truth or not, because he's a bit of a clickbait, but yeah, the news breaking last night that Harry Barnes is leaving us to go to China. So we'll go through the team sheets one more time before kick-off on today's show, sponsored once again by Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands. Find all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. We can see the Coventry United manager Terry Anderson making his way over to a pretty wet dugout after a torrential rainstorm just before kick-off. It's actually quite lucky that we got the equipment under the Williams Memorial stand right before the rain started, because seriously the pitch was absolutely flooded, and you can actually still hear the squelching of the grass. So it is pretty it's taking a lot of water. Thankfully it looks okay, and we are going to get going here at Sphinx Drive as the players make their way onto the pitch at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United taking on Long Eaton for the second time in a week. Will the score be different, or will it be another defeat for the Red and Greens? It's Coventry United, it's Long Eaton United, and it's live on Coventry United Match Day. And for the first time in a long time here at Sphinx Drive, we've got a drum. We've got a drum at Coventry United. I can't remember the last time we had a drum. I think it was Bromsgrove last season. But well, there you go. We've actually got some Syrian refugees who have come over to today's match to see a good game of football. I think it's fantastic to see after a certain world leader decided not to let Syrian refugees in the country, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But, well, we're showing that Coventry United here, we are definitely a big part of the local community. So, of course, we welcome the Syrian refugees to Sphinx Drive today for this match. Right, let's go through a run through of the starting lineups for Coventry United. First of all, number 1 is Rich Morris, 2 Pierre Mudim, 3 Ben Valance, 4, Reese Say. Number 5, Jamie Coleman. 6, Lewis Eisen. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Gift Musa. 9, Chris Cox. Number 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11, Courtney Cameron. And on the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Jean Decory. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Kai Williams. 16 is Jimmy Holton. And number 17, Muzzy Unduna. And for Long Eaton this afternoon, number 1, James Mitchison. 2, Aaron Cole. 3, Danny Brain. 4, Paul Lister. 5, Rob McCormick. 6, Callum Keane. Number 7, Paul Piliero. 8, Jermaine Hollis. 9, Romain Graham. 10, Scott Stanland. And 11, Andy Todd. And on the bench for Long Eaton, number 12, Romello Nangle. 14, Jordan Dakin. And number 15, Sean Rickard. The two captains meet in the centre circle, Piliero and Chris Cox. Piliero, of course, had a fantastic encounter with Coventry United last week. 2-0 win for the Blues, with Danny Brain and Andy Todd scoring the goals. Kevin Thornton penalty put the Red and Greens in front before half-time, but it wasn't enough to see United over the line. Will it be a different story at Sphinx Drive today? Or will it be the same again for Long Eaton? It's going to be the away side, Long Eaton, in navy blue and blue to kick things off. United, of course, in their signature red, white and green.
United!
And we're underway at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United versus Long Eaton, underway in the Midland League Premier Division, and immediately United win possession back in defence with Pierre Mudim. Musa loses that to Piliero, ball over the top. Pierre Mudim intercepts. And, well, I've never heard anything like this before in Coventry United match day. The guests from the Syrian refugees providing a little bit of a musical backdrop in the Williams Memorial Stand. It's different, I'll give them that, but... Here's Ben Valance. Courtney Cameron on the left wing, striding forward for Coventry United. Here's Say pushing up from defence. Onto the left, once again with Cameron, back from his line spell. Hales Owen, cross put in and easily cleared by Lister. United trying to win possession back in the midfield. They did, but sadly a bit of shirt pulling from Kevin Thornton has quelled that United spell of pressure. And looking at it, it does appear that Chris Cox is actually playing up front. So he's played up front, midfield and defence this season. Cox the ultimate utility man at the moment. Free kick taken by Long Eaton, and immediately only fell to Josh O'Grady with Brain. Well, he was going to pick it up, but Chris Cox slides in with a slide tackle, but McCormick will play it back to Mitchison in goal. He'll hoof it away. Brain couldn't gather his thoughts in time to get the ball. Here's Stanaland striding forward across the halfway line for Long Eaton. Loses out. Ball bobbles into the defence. Lister plays it back to Mitchison, and Mitchison only finds Courtney Cameron, and now here's Kevin Thornton. Chris Cox on the edge of the area. Cameron on the left. Can he whip in the cross? Yes, he can. It's towards the fourth post of Josh O'Grady. And the crucial touch from Danny Brain takes it away from the United number 10. And it will be a corner kick. Mudim. Pierre Mudim into the box. And it's easily Stopped at the near post of the close. It's a poor one. It's Josh O'Grady and easily blocked there by Graham. Fulton's cross towards Cox and once again easy dealt with, but it's up rather than out by Callum Keane. Long Eaton can't seem to get it away here. And they still can't get it away. The clearance blocked. Charged down by Andy Todd there. The Long Eaton player blocking his own clearance. And eventually the Blues have cleared their lines. And a very nervous spell for Long Eaton, as Coventry United look to score the first goal of the game. And the throw-in has trickled out, and Coventry United have got a throw-in of their own. So score for about 3 minutes remains Coventry United 0, Long Eaton United 0. As Eaton starts to break out over Sphinx Drive. Throw-in taken. Chris Cox. Cameron. Bit of a body check there from McCormick. And wins the ball back for Long Eaton. Ball up line towards Stannerland. Colin gets his head in it, and he's been impeded there. One of the Long Eaton players jumping on his back, and it is going to be a Coventry United free kick, as United did lose the ball. As always, we're going to be keeping you up to date with the latest scores from Coventry City, and the Sky Blues are away today against, it pains me to say it, Northampton Town. They're playing at Sixfields, and boy oh boy, my God, I didn't have to go to this one. But I believe the score is currently 0-0. Wasps are already leading by 7 points to 5 in their match, about 7 minutes in. Josh O'Grady, will he look to curl on himself? He will, you know, he'll try one, and it's not a million miles off. It's not a million miles away, it's over the crossbar and out for a goal kick, but I've certainly seen worse efforts. Mitchison is going to take the goal kick for Coventry United. Sorry, for Long Eaton, I should say. Hoofed away by Mitchison. Over the head of Hyson finds Coventry United's Courtney Cameron. Lodged onto the right-hand side. Brain cuts it out. Piliero only as far as Pierre Moodham. Good chest control. Keeps it away from Graham. Here's Lewis Eisen. Coleman. Eisen, United passing it around at the back, looking for an opportunity. Long ball forward towards Chris Cox on as far as Paul Lister in the Long Eaton back line. Long ball towards the right-hand side, easily intercepted in plenty of space by Ben Valance. Valance's ball, looking to get over the head of Lister, didn't quite achieve that goal. It's now Josh O'Grady onto the left-hand side, offside against Chris Cox. And it remains scoreless after around 5 minutes. Score update from Sixfields remains Northampton 0, Coventry City 0. And one result to bring you from the FA Cup, a rather shocking one. Liverpool 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. So very disappointing there for Liverpool fans here. Here's Lewis Eisen for Coventry United on the right hand side. Not the best of passes, but does eventually find Pierre Moodham. Moodham's long ball forward, looking for Chris Cox. Over the top of the defence now, Chris Cox, and it's just a little too powerful, and it falls into the hands of James Mitchison. And it's worth noting that Cottrell, who was in goal last week and had an absolute howler, which allowed Coventry United to score from a penalty, he's been dropped, and it's James Mitchison in goal for Long Eaton. So Cottrell's also been dropped for that poor performance against United, although he did make up for it with a couple of fine saves towards the end of last week's game. And Graham forcing Josh O'Grady to the floor inside United's own half, and it will be a free kick to the Red and Greens. And Reece leaves it for Rich Morris to take. So a very promising young defender come into the starting lineup today. Jamie Coleman back from suspension as well. Morris fires it forward towards Chris Cox. Cox leaps for it. Doesn't quite get it. Clearance made. Coleman will keep it alive for Coventry United. His header only finds Andy Todd, who scored the second goal last weekend for Long Eaton. Stannerland tripped by Ben Vance. Referee says no foul. Stannerland's bemused as to why no foul was given. Cox shoves the Long Eaton midfielder off the ball, but forgets to go and chase the ball as Mitchison clears. Risset gets on it. Keane and Musa going for the same ball, and it's come off Musa last. Musa not happy about the decision, but of course it's the referee's game. His decision is final, and it will be a throw-in on the far side to Long Eaton, just inside United territory. Score remains at 0-0 at Sphinx Drive. Graham. His first touch was poor, and the loose ball falls to Courtney Cameron. He was trying to play in Chris Cox, but Cox is straight offside, and he knew it. Promising attack for Coventry United ends rather abruptly. Eisen gets on it, but the header only finds Hollis in the midfield. Aaron Cole, who came on as a substitute last week. Deflected pass finds Hollis again. Hollis as well to shield the ball away from Gift Musa, but not for long as Musa gets it away. But Cole intercepts. Very back and forth game here. Risset now for Coventry United, making his red and green first team debut. Ben Valence with the pressure from Stannerland. He just about gets the ball away in time, but it's drifted out of play for a Long Eaton throw. Live coverage of Coventry United versus Long Eaton United here on Coventry United Match Day, with Liam Cook celebrating our 1-year anniversary today. Well, technically it was on Thursday, but we're celebrating it today, so what are we going to do? Here's Joshua O'Grady. Williams got space on the right-hand side, but decides to play it into the midfield with Say. Now Moodim. Moodim with only blue shirts in front of him. He's going to have to cut into the centre. Musa and the ball to the right towards Joshua O'Grady. It's not a great one. It drifts out of play. Danny Brain will take it. Graham nods it on for Stannerland. Stannerland gets the ball back from Jamie Coleman down the left-hand side, and it's offside against Andy Todd. And there's been a goal at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea are leading Brentford by 1-0. We'll keep up to date with all the goals as they go in. Say. Not it forward only as far as Keane. Stannerland can't find a Long Eaton shirt. Courtney Cameron strides down the left-hand side for Coventry United. He's got Thornton in the penalty area, plays it in for Valence. And Long Eaton just able to get it away, but they look a little bit uncertain in their own box. I've got to say, I'm liking this musical badger. Can we have these guys back every week? Goal from Ewood Park. Blackburn 1, Blackpool 0. Burton leading QPR in the Championship. Bolton beating Charlton 1-0 in League One. Remains scoreless at 6 fields between Northampton and Coventry City. Bradford beating Oldham 1-0. And just the one goal in League Two with Stevenage beating Grimsby. Courtney Cameron strides away from a sea of Long Eaton players, tries the ball down line, and it's put out of play by Paul Lister, the number 4 in defence. Valence will take it on the far side. Here's Thornton under pressure from Keane, forced away and back into defence now with Lewis Eisen. Now Moodim. Piero comes across to cover him. Still Moodim. He's got O'Grady on the right. Finds Josh O'Grady. O'Grady tries to chip it over. Danny Brain. He has done. They clipped the head of Brain on the way through. And Moodim has put it out of play for a goal kick. Piero tries to clear the ball. It carries up the leg of Pierre Moodim. And it's going to be a goal kick. to Long Eaton United. Remains at 0-0 after around 10 minutes.
Come on, Cov!
It's going to be Mitchison to take the goal kick. Flies towards the left wing. Sunderland nods it on towards Graham. Graham lets it run into the centre now with Andy Todd. Tries the ball to the right hand side. There was no one there anyway, but Jamie Coleman easily intercepted the ball. And Rich Morris now with possession in his own box. Here's Jamie Coleman. Striding forward from the back for Coventry United, unopposed. Long ball forward for Chris Cox. Cox gets a touch on it, but it takes it around Paul Lissa. Lissa able to win possession back. Here's Mitchison in goal. Hoofs it away. Sunderland misses the header, but it falls to Graham. Callum Keane. Here's Jermaine Hollis. And a fantastic challenge there by Chris Cox. Allows Give Musa to run at the defence. Ball on the right hand side for Josh O'Grady. He's got the ball right on the byline. Can he get the cross in? Josh O'Grady gets in his cross and is nearly seen into his own goal by Rob McCormick, who actually scored twice for Long Eaton against United in the FA Vase a few months ago. He very nearly put it in the wrong net. It's a very difficult pitch to play at the moment. You can see that it's not in the best conditions. The amount of weather that we've, amount of rain that we've had recently, the frost as well, certainly not helping it. Very similar to the Rico Arena pitch, which isn't looking too good at the moment either. Kevin Thornton, ball over the defence and caught by Mitchison before Thornton could bring it down. And Biliero actually left the pitch briefly due to an injury. He's back on the pitch now. As we approach 15 minutes, it remains scoreless. No real chances of note so far. Mitchison's goal kick should be easy for Risset. Knotted up towards Kevin Thornton. Cormick gets on it. Thornton tries to collect the loose ball. Cox's attempted slide challenge doesn't win the ball back, but Piero's long ball enables United to regain possession in the back line. Here's Ben Valence now for the Red and Greens in space at left wing back. United, of course, using the 5-man defence recently. Morris. Now it's Eisen. Moodin. Thornton lets it run for Chris Cox. O'Grady, Thornton's on the right, finds Kevin Thornton, he'll keep it in, under pressure from Danny Brain. Brain gets a touch in it, but still Kevin Thornton. Thornton looking to get the cross in, it's still Thornton, can he get it away? He hesitated too long, a little bit of a push there from Brain, but the referee says nothing doing. Thornton just too hesitant there, and another chance wasted for the Red and Greens. Here's Give Musa onto the left with Ben Valence. Cameron's in support, finds Courtney Cameron. Valence making the overlapping run, but Cameron's surrounded by blue shirts. United had got themselves a throw, but Cameron just static there. No movement from the United man. O'Grady forced back by the Long Eaton midfield. Jamie Coleman, United just seen hit a bit of a brick wall recently. Chipped over towards the right hand side with Lewis Eisen. Eisen, low, long ball, finds Kevin Thornton. Cox is there, and he couldn't find him. Brain makes the clearance. Here's Stannerland. Todd making the run down the right-hand side. It will find Andy Todd. Graham's waiting in the centre. Todd going on his own here. Still going, Todd. Hesitates a little bit and loses the ball, but he's played it back to Stannerland. Biliero. Hollis. Patient play from Long Eaton. Cole's cross towards Graham. Easy catch for Rich Morris. Gift Musa. For an option now, plays it short to Josh O'Grady. O'Grady for a gap in the defence. Here's Chris Cox. Cox chips it over towards Courtney Cameron. He won't keep that one in. And it's out for another goal kick. Not the best of games so far. As we hit 15 minutes at Sphinx Drive. Coventry 0, Long Eaton 0. And there's been a red card at Sixfield, and Coventry City captain Jordan Willis has been sent off for the Sky Blues. 60 minutes in, Coventry City down to 10 men, and of all people, it's the captain, Jordan Willis, sent off. But it remains goalless at Sixfields, as it does here at Sphinx Drive. Here's Aaron Cole. Long ball, it's put out of play by Jamie Coleman. Better safe than sorry, the United approach at the minute. Cole. Keane. Patient play from Long Eaton, just waiting for the right gap in the defence, the right moment to strike. And Fulton trying to put him under pressure there. He did so very well. And Keane's pass drifts out of play. Fantastic pressure from Kevin Fulton in the midfield for Coventry United. This pressure directly meaning that Long Eaton would lose the ball. Say, and a rather meaty challenge there from Piero, who's actually got a bloody nose. Poor Piero, the captain, is bleeding from his nose, so he has got a little bit of treatment, but it looks okay to continue. Valence, Chris Cox, playing without a recognised striker at the moment. They have got Kyle Williams on the bench. Musa, under pressure, and he's pushed from behind. Referee says no foul. There was certainly contact from Andy Todd, but it's still United with Courtney Cameron. Cross put in. Fulton nearly brought it down. Couldn't quite get a contact on it though. Piero clears. Graham. As Long Eaton look to counter. Here's Piero. 3 men forward, but United are able to regroup at the back now and are ready for the Long Eaton assault. Hollis, a little bit of arm pulling there from Courtney Cameron. Referee allows play to continue. Onto the right with Andy Todd, the scorer of the second goal last weekend. Cole making the overlapping run. Chipped towards the right hand side for Aaron Cole. He just about kept it in, but he runs over the ball, and Ben Valence will play this one out. Valence. Chris Cox just inside United territory, flicks it up and flicks it out. As we approach 20 minutes, it remains scoreless. And no shots on target for either side at the moment. Not been the best of games. But the pitch being badly cut up. I mean, if you can see it here at Sphinx Drive, it's not in the best conditions. As we talk about a possible artificial service, or at least a hybrid service at the Butts Park Arena next season as United move to the home of Coventry Rugby Club. But of course, for this season, they're on the good stuff. They're on the grass, and a free kick given now against Coventry United. Long Eaton with an opportunity to swing this one into the penalty area. And it remains scoreless at Sixfields, but as we said, Jordan Willis, the Coventry City captain, has been sent off. So dramatic start at Sixfields for Coventry City. Not so dramatic here. But it is going to be Aaron Cole to whip this one into the penalty area. Towards the far post. United able to nod that one away, and now the counter begins with Gift Musa. Cameron's free on the left-hand side. Musa's still going, chips it towards the right-hand side, and it's gone past Aaron Cole, but it won't go past Mitchison, who grabs the ball before Josh O'Grady can make his way into the box and collect the loose ball. Nice idea from Gift Musa. The pass is a little bit too powerful. It would have been simpler to just put it down the left wing for Courtney Cameron. And the kick from Mitchison goes straight over the head of a rather bloody Paul Piero, and out for a Coventry United throw on this near side. Eisen hoofs it forward, a Jamie Coleman-esque throw there, only as far as McCormick. And it's now with Scott Stanley trying to make it down the left-hand side, but the combination of Moodim and Musa able to pluck the ball away and put it out for a throw. And the referee wants that one taken again. Let's get some score updates now from the FA Cup. Of course, one final score to bring you Liverpool losing at home to Liverpool. Blackpool now 2-0 up at home to Blackpool. Chelsea also 2-0 up against Brentford. Lincoln losing at home to Brentford. And now foul throw's been given against Long Eaton. So United have got themselves a throw of their own. So Lincoln losing at home to... and there's been a goal at White Hart Lane. Wickham winning at home against Spurs. Chris Cox into the area now. Holds off McCormick, can he get the cross in or will he go on his own? Right on the byline, lays it up to Ben Valance, crossing opportunity. United just regrouping a little bit. Cameron strides forward, cross from in towards the far post towards Josh O'Grady. He got a contact on it, and it's gone up the chest of Josh O'Grady last. It definitely took a touch off Danny Brain, but it took the far touch of O'Grady. It remains 0-0. So in case you missed it there in the amidst that United move, the scoreline from White Hart Lane: Spurs 0, Wickham 1. So League 2 Wickham Wanderers are beating Tottenham Hotspur. So it's a day of shocking results now. Balance to Corny Cameron in the centre circle. Give Musa plenty of space. Time to think about his next move. Wings it to O'Grady. Moody making the overlapping run. O'Grady still going. Will he go on his own here? He's still going, O'Grady. Tried to put it onto the right hand side and it clips the hip of Gif Musa. A little bit too selfish there from O'Grady. Stanland. Now Todd. Crossing opportunity for Andy Todd. Can he get it in? He's still going, Andy Todd. Into the area he goes. Still Andy Todd. And now it's Brain and it's blocked. And leave Resay there, the United debutant, getting a block on the ball. And the most promising attack of the game concludes with a throw-in to Long Eaton on the far side. And the score remains at 0-0. Oh, went for Long. It's Brain. He couldn't strike it. And over 4 to Josh O'Grady. As United pick up the pieces. Here's Resay on his Coventry United debut. Good pressure from behind by Stanley, and the pressure worked. The youngster forced out of play. And it will be a Long Eaton throw in front of the away dugout. Brain waiting for an option. Hollis. Back to Brain on the left-hand side. Surrounded by red shirts. Plays it into the centre now with Callum Keane. A little bit of space on the right-hand side for Andy Todd. He can find him. He's laid up to Coles. Coles cross. And an easy gather for Rich Morris. Morris cleared. Good control from Chris Cox. Lovely play there from the United skipper. O'Grady. Oh, Cox ducking in case O'Grady wanted to play a long ball. He didn't. And lovely bit of skill over Corny Cameron to take it around Cole. It's Cameron towards the net. Can he strike? Yes, he will. Oh, how about that? Simply incredible. Corny Cameron. The setup was exquisite. The strike was magnificent. A complete goal for Coventry United. Courtney Cameron, take a bow. Well, some are against showboating in football. I'm not ever see goals like that every week. Courtney Cameron giving Coventry United the lead. 25 minutes in its Sphinx Drive. And of course, the Red and Green shouldn't get above themselves just yet. They took the lead in the fixture last week at Grange Park, and they went on to lose 2-1. They've got to keep their heads now, control the game, and go for a second. But Coventry United in front, thanks to a moment of majestic magic from Courtney Cameron. Well, that's got to go down as one of the, well, one of the most, I don't know how you describe it. It's one of the more appealing goals of the season. Certainly easy on the eye. You either try those tricks and they don't work, and you look like a bit of a fool, but if you try them and they do work, that's what happens. Now United have got to get themselves back into a rhythm. Free kick given to Coventry United. And a bit of shirt pulling there. United try to take it quickly. They have been called back. So the Red and Greens lead Long Eaton by 1-0 after a Solo special from Courtney Cameron. And there's actually been a stoppage at Sixfields because some of the Coventry City fans have actually entered the pitch at Sixfields. So of course we know that the Sky Blues went to Sixfields for a season after being kicked out of the Rico Arena for not paying their rent. And of course the animosity towards Sisu has certainly not lifted since then, and the fans making their point very clear by entering the field of play at Sixfields. So the game has been halted briefly at Northampton, and it remains 0-0 at Sixfields. It's 1-0 here, thanks to Courtney Cameron. Aaron Cole now have a free kick just outside the centre circle for Long Eaton as the Blues try and get themselves level once again. Cole's free kick. Graham gets a header on it. And it's Andy Todd! Oh, fantastic! What a response! Andy Todd with a goal of the highest order. He nearly burst the net with that one. There must be a sonar device in that ball. It found the top corner. Absolutely incredible. Pinpoint accuracy from Long Eaton, and that lead did not last long. Coventry United 1, Long Eaton United 1. If you're going to concede goals, you may as well concede one like that. Well, this game has certainly sprung into life these last couple of minutes. And well, the referee, is he booking? I think he's for Rich Morris. I mean, the referee has booked Rich Morris. I'm not sure what for. I mean, I don't know whether the referee was had a bit of an earful from Rich Morris. It wouldn't surprise me. He's said it before, but didn't quite see what happened there. But the score is 1-1. So a rather dramatic couple of minutes at Sphinx Drive. First United take the lead thanks to a moment of magic from Courtney Cameron, and then Andy Todd picks out the top corner with pinpoint accuracy. Cox, now Thornton. Fans free on the left hand side, will Thornton go on his own? Kevin Thornton, Cameron, and that is an instance where trickery doesn't pay off. Tried a little back heel then towards Kevin Thornton, but Thornton wasn't ready for it. And the game at Sixfields is still not, they're still not playing there. A number of fans have entered the pitch at Sixfields. We are back underway now. Just got a tweet from Coventry. We are back underway at Sixfields after a number of fans entered the field of play at Northampton. It's still 0-0 there. It's 1-1 at Sphinx Drive between Coventry United and Long Eaton United. Eisen nods it up rather than out. And Valence able to make the clearance as the heavens start to open in Coventry once again. Let's just hope it's not as heavy as the last shower, otherwise we might have to go back under cover again. Live coverage of this match between Coventry United and Long Eaton United here on Coventry United Match Day with Liam Cook. Half an hour gone, 1-1 is the current score. Corner put in, and Todd, and United just had to get that one away. Block made as the ball heads towards the net. It's still alive now. Hollis into the area. McCormick couldn't get a clean contact, and it will fall to Piliero at the far post. And the ball down the line by Piliero, intercepted by Moodim to O'Grady, puts it through the legs of Sutherland. O'Grady onto that now with Courtney Cameron. Another moment of magic from Cameron would do wonders right now. And here comes the former Aston Villa youngster, Courtney Cameron, striding down the left under pressure from Aaron Coles. Bit of trickery to get through the defence, puts the cross in, head away by McCormick. And Cole will put it out for a throw, and Cameron goes down in a heap. You see as if Cole's made contact with the leg of Courtney Cameron as he cleared the ball. He's on his ankle. So I can only assume that the trailing leg of Cameron was caught by Cole as he hoofed the ball out of play, and the physio's been called over, so it's not great news for Coventry United. The goal scorer, Courtney Cameron, injured. Hopefully not too severely, hopefully he'll be able to carry on. So we can see Kai Williams and Muzzy and Duna getting ready. Let's go through some current scores at the moment from the FA Cup. Blackburn 2, Blackpool 0, Chelsea 2, Brentford 0, Lincoln 0, Brighton 1, and listen to this one, Spurs 0, Wickham 1. Still can't believe that. All the other games in the FA Cup are goalless. In the Championship, Norwich lead Birmingham by 1-0. Ipswich beating Preston 1-0 at Deepdale, and Burton beating QPR 1-0 at Loftus Road. In League 1, 1-1 between Bolton and Charlton. Bury are beating Walsall 1-0. Southend have just scored against Fleetwood 1-0 to the Shrimps. Bradford beating Oldham by 1-0. And in League 2, Carlisle 1, Barnet 0, Luton 1, Cambridge 0. Newport 1, Hartlepool 0, Stevenage 1, Grimsby 0, and Yeovil 0, Doncaster 2. Grady picks up the ball in the penalty area after a poor throw. He's forced away, and a good challenge there from Callum Keane to dispossess the United man. The ball fell to Graham in the centre circle, but United are able to dispossess the big number 9, and they can build from the back as the rain stops at Sphinx Drive. Eisen's long ball towards Cox, and he's given offside against Chris Cox. I mean, I'm not sure where he put that one from. He didn't look offside to me. Well, here's a free kick to Long Eaton. With just over 10 minutes to go until half-time. It's 1-1. That's Sphinx Drive. Courtney Cameron opening the scoring for United, and then just a couple of minutes later, Andy Todd scoring his second goal in as many weeks against Coventry United. Moving ball down long, and it's headed out of play by Luke McCormick. So we're being told they are underway once again at Sixfield as Coventry City take on Northampton. There was a short stoppage at Sixfield after some fans entered the pitch. And they'll probably know who it is. So. Thrown to Coventry United right by the corner flag. Moody's got an option with Lewis Eisen down the line and finds the young defender. And it's sad out of play by Paul Piliero, and Kevin Thornton will leave it for Lewis Eisen. And here comes a long throw from Lewis Eisen. Hoops it into the penalty area towards Chris Cox. It won't reach him. Piliero has got to get it away here, and he does. Long ball towards Graham. It comes off the arm of Graham. Referee says no foul, but it came off the arm of Graham. United have won it back though. Mood him. Batting for the ball with Piliero. Clearance made by Danny Brain. And the long ball from Brain will fall back to the United goalkeeper, Rich Morris. Valance. Now Courtney Cameron. Cameron shrugged at the ball there by Graham. Piliero. Onto the right now. He was looking for Cole, and a good side challenge there from Valance takes it away. Andy Todd, the scorer of the goal for Long Eaton. A rather spectacular goal. In all honesty, I can't pick a winner out of those two goals. I can't tell you which one was better. Thornton. Shielding the ball from Callum Keane. Valance, and just stabs it away from Cole, and United breaking forward now with Thornton. He's got Valance with him. Kevin Thornton, down line, Ben Valance, crossing opportunity, he's put it in! Oh, it's just flown wide of the near post. Was that a shot, or was it a cross? I'm not sure, but it nearly finds its way into the back of the net. It remains at 1-1. And there has been another goal at White Hart Lane, and listen to this, Spurs 0, Wickham 2. Wickham Wanderers are beating Spurs by 2-0 at White Hart Lane. Well, this is exactly what the FA Cup is all about. Shocks galore this weekend. And we're focusing on the Midland League this afternoon at Sphinx Drive as Coventry United take on Long Eaton. Live coverage of this match on Coventry United Match Day, celebrating 12 months on the air today. Aaron Cole skips through the United back line, still going, it's Cole, and eventually United have got it away, but a free kick given against Coventry United. Cole was tackled there, I believe it was Jamie Coleman who got the tackle in, but the referee obviously thinking there was some sort of contact there. I didn't see it, but obviously the referee's seen something that I haven't. Wouldn't be the first time, though. And it is going to be a free kick towards the right-hand side of the area, and a real chance for Long Eaton to get themselves a second goal and complete a second turnaround against United in a week. It's fallen eerily silent here at Sphinx Drive. I don't like this sound whatsoever. Long Eaton lining this one up now. A real opportunity for the Blues to complete a second turnaround against Coventry United. Free kick taken. Easy gather, Rich Morris. Morris. A bit of a basketball throw there to Pierre Moodham, straight down the right-hand side. He's got Keane for company. He's going to have to try and get the cross in before the number 6 can make a tackle. Still going, Pierre Moodham. Cross put in, and it's not the best of crosses. It drifts out of play for a goal kick. Promising move, just the final product wasn't quite there. So just over 5 minutes to go until half time. As usual, we'll be taking a short break at half time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half in its entirety. So look for the link on the Coventry United Matchday YouTube channel for the second half a little bit later on. Drift away towards Keane. Digging it back there by Musa. No foul given as United win possession. Thornton onto the right with Josh O'Grady. Flicked away by Brain. O'Grady goes to the ground. Referee says no foul. And O'Grady somehow manages to nick the ball back. Weaves his way through the sea of Long Eaton players, and it's taking a touch out of Pigliero, I think. And in fact, no, the referee's actually given a free kick to Coventry United. Free kick to the Red and Greens after O'Grady brought down by a combination of Sunderland and Pigliero. And it's going to be the best beard in the business, Kevin Thornton, to wing this one into the penalty area towards the far post. Oh, and it's just cleared by Long Eaton. No one could get that vital touching out of the far post. A number of United players back there, but Chris Cox makes the interception as Long Eaton once again fail to clear their lines. United have got to take advantage of this. Long Eaton don't look comfortable getting the ball away from their own box. Cameron. Blocked by his opposite number 11, Andy Todd. Shrugged at the ball by Hollis. Referee says no foul. Hollis makes the clearance. And now here's Romain Graham, the big number 9. And he's lost the ball there as Graham slides in on Rissay, and a yellow card for the big number 9. And the referee certainly knows where his cards are today. So yellow card for Romain Graham. He was largely ineffective, I have to say, in the previous game. Thornton's free kick. It's towards Cox, and Cox couldn't get his jump. The ball was over his head before he could begin his ascent. And it remains 0-0 at Sixfields between Northampton Town and Coventry City. There's been a couple of goals in the FA Cup. Burnley lead Bristol City by 1-0. Crystal Palace now losing at home to Manchester City. Huddersfield beating Rochdale by 1-0 as well. Cox. Back to Moodham in the defence. Ball down the right hand side looking for Chris Cox. Stabs it into the ground but loses possession to Danny Brain. Graham. And a good chance there by Say, and a free kick against Graham. And Graham has got to be careful here. He's already in the referee's book. And a little bit of a push there by Sandland as Say tried to take the free kick. Rather unsportsmanlike behaviour there, but something it's common sight in football. And Eisen waiting for an option. That's the third time he's gone to take the free kick and there's just no one there. Eventually gets it away towards Thornton. Hollis gets a touch in it but only finds Gift Musa of Coventry United. Chipped onto the right. Moody will just about kick this one in the right hand corner. Cross put in towards the far post. It's over the head of Say but will fall to Courtney Cameron at the far post. Whips it in again. Headed away by McCormack. Once again United have won possession and well, they have got it away now. Long Eaton struggling to clear their lines throughout this first half. They've eventually got it away and United have got to capitalise on that. They've got to force them into a mistake, put pressure on Long Eaton. Cameron. And now into the box now with Josh O'Grady! It's just wide. A real opportunity with the red and greens to restore their lead. But O'Grady couldn't find the far bottom corner. It drifts wide onto the advertising board. It remains 1-1 as we head towards the break. Around 3 minutes to go until the end of normal time. Mitchison towards Piliero. Musa gets up and a push in the back of Piliero has incensed the Coventry United management. And as you can probably hear, the United coaching staff not happy about that decision and the free kick has been taken too quickly for the referee's liking. And it certainly seems to put a smile on the face of the Long Eaton manager who was having a little chuckle to himself. And it's going to be Danny Brain to take the free kick just inside Long Eaton's half. They won't have too many chances to find a second goal before the break. They've got to take this one, and they haven't. As Musa makes the clearance only as far as Paul Piliero, the captain, puts it back into the area. Eisen gets up and Say clears it towards Chris Cox. Cox brings it down. He's got Cameron on the left and finds Courtney Cameron in eggs of space as United head on to the counter-attack, but everyone's back now for Long Eaton. Cameron, lofted ball over the defence, no one there. Cox and Thornton halting their runs, and James Mitchison with an easy gather in his penalty area. So around a minute of normal time remaining before whatever the referee wants to add on. Oh, what is it? Freezing call down, and what a bit of, well, the United fans are saying it wasn't a foul. That was a German suplex, that was. That was a German suplex from Jamie Coleman. I thought the Royal Rumble wasn't until tomorrow. Well, the United fans saying it wasn't a foul, but I don't think you're going to get a clearer foul than that all season. I didn't know Long Eaton had signed Brock Lesnar. Right, it's going to be a throw-in now for a free kick for Long Eaton. Cole's free kick. Head towards goal by Graham and an easy gather for Rich Morris. No harm done. And it's gone over the head of the defender. And here's Josh O'Grady striding towards goal. Thornton in the centre. Crucial tackle made. And Chris Cox is down holding his ankle. And this is not good news for Coventry United. And the United coaching staff trying to get the referee's attention. Well, it is going to be a corner to Coventry United as O'Grady was tackled by Andy Todd as he made his way into the area. Chris Cox is down holding his left ankle. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he'll be able to continue. And it looks like it's going to be one of United's signature short corner routines as Chris Cox makes his way back onto the field of play. And in fact, no, O'Grady is actually sent away Thornton. So no short corner for United. O'Grady to whip this one in towards the far post, towards Chris Cox! And nearly an instant return to prominence there for Chris Cox. He was just on the floor holding his ankle as the referee calls for half-time. What a return that would have been. Cox on the floor, injured. Well, we didn't know if he was going to continue playing, but he's gone straight into the box and nearly, very nearly given Coventry United the lead right before the break. But it's half-time at Sphinx Drive and it remains at Coventry United 1, Long Eaton United 0. as the Syrian refugees invited to today's game. I'm going to keep the party going here at Sphinx Drive during the break. But it's half time at Sphinx Drive, and we are going to take a short break now on Coventry United match day to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half of this game in its entirety. So check back in around 10 minutes time for the second half of Coventry United versus Long Eaton. Half time score, Coventry 1, Long Eaton 1.